For this example, I'm going to focus here only on part B, how to construct the 95% confidence interval for a population proportion. So we do have some information up here at the top that we're going to take note of. And one of the first things that we do is we find that point estimate, which here to do so, we would do 128 divided by, I'm sorry, not 128, 28 divided by 127. So it's approximately 0.22. Now, I'm going to just refer back to our text since it's got these formulas written out nicely here about how to use that value to further construct the confidence interval. So I need to find both a lower and upper bound, and I refer to this point estimate often, the value of the sample size, the 127 in this case. However, I also need to get this critical value, and if I come back a few pages, here are the critical values for different levels of confidence. And so for the 95% confidence, we're going to use a critical value of 1.96. That's a lot to remember, but I'm going to show you also some other methods as well in your calculator. So with this information, now we're going to use this formula to do 0.22 minus 1.96 times the square root of this fraction. So I'm going to use that fraction template of 0.22 times 1 minus 0.22 divided by the 127 n. That gives us our lower bound. I can do second enter to just paste that value back here and go back, change that minus sign to a plus sign, and this gives me the upper bound of the confidence interval. So we have 0.148 and 0.292. If we go back and check, same values here, except maybe I rounded wrong right there. I have to go back and check. No, I didn't, but maybe I should have had more decimals here in my point estimate for the population parameter. Now I want to show you another method using solely the calculator, very few formulas, and this is the method I'd rather you use for the sake of time and accuracy. So if you go to the Stat key and scroll over to Test, and remember that more than likely it's going to show up as choice A in your calculator. The 1 proportion Z interval is the same as your confidence interval. So select this one, and notice here that we're just typing in the X value and the N value. We do not calculate that point estimate. We do see that by default, the C level or confidence level here is set at 0.95. If I need to change that, then I could do so right there, but that's a pretty common one. So press enter on top of calculate, and we also get this lower and upper bound for the confidence interval. And actually this one's a little bit more accurate, so they must have used more decimal places than I did in my formula. And I can also see that point estimate for the population proportion. So I get all this information just from 1 proportion Z interval. This is the way that you want to go, or using StatCrunch. That's another option as well.